I, Elizabeth Woodville, was born on May 3rd, 1437, in Grafton Regis, Northamptonshire, England. Little did I know that my life would be intertwined with the tumultuous events of the Wars of the Roses, forever altering the course of English history. My early years were relatively peaceful. I was the eldest child of Sir Richard Woodville and Jacquetta of Luxembourg, a noblewoman with ties to both the English and French courts. My family was not among the most powerful, but we had our share of wealth and influence. In 1452, I married Sir John Grey, a Lancastrian knight. Our union was brief, as John was killed at the Second Battle of St. Albans in 1461, leaving me a widow with 2 young sons. The War of the Roses was in full swing, and the Yorkists, led by Edward, Duke of York, were challenging the Lancastrian rule. Edward's army had just won a decisive victory at the Battle of Towton in 1461, and he was on his way to claim the English throne. It was at this crucial juncture that I met Edward, a strikingly handsome and charismatic man who would change the course of my life. We met under a tree, and he immediately fell in love with me, proposing marriage. I was wary, but after a whirlwind romance, we married in secret on May 1st, 1464. This secret marriage sent shockwaves through the nobility, as Edward was expected to make a politically advantageous match. My humble origins and previous marriage were hardly suitable, and my new position as Queen of England was met with hostility by many. I must admit that my time as queen was fraught with challenges. As the Wars of the Roses continued, my family, the Woodvilles, became the target of Yorkist opposition. My mother, Jacquetta, was accused of witchcraft, and my family's influence was seen as a threat. I faced accusations of nepotism as I promoted my family members to positions of power. Despite these challenges, I strived to be a benevolent and charitable queen. I was known for my beauty, kindness, and compassion, and I used my position to help the less fortunate. I founded a home for impoverished women and girls, dedicated to St. Leonard, and supported various religious and charitable causes. In 1470, my world was turned upside down when Edward was briefly deposed, and I sought sanctuary at Westminster Abbey with my children. This period of uncertainty tested our marriage and my resolve. However, Edward's triumphant return in 1471 marked a turning point. With his victory at the Battle of Barnet and the defeat of the Lancastrians, we were reunited, and my position as queen was secured once again. My marriage with Edward bore fruit, and we had several children, including 2 sons who would become the infamous princes in the Tower. Their disappearance remains one of the most enduring mysteries of English history. The tumultuous events surrounding their fate cast a shadow over my reign, and I have been accused of various roles in their disappearance. To this day, historians debate the truth of these allegations, and I have maintained my innocence in the matter. Tragically, my beloved Edward died in 1483, and our son, Edward Fay, was too young to rule. This left the door open for my brother-in-law, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, to seize power. He declared my marriage to Edward invalid, claiming that Edward had previously been betrothed to another woman. I found myself in a precarious position, and my remaining children were taken into Richard's custody. In my own words, this was a harrowing period. I sought sanctuary once again, this time at Westminster Abbey, as I feared for my life and the safety of my children. Richard's ascension to the throne as Richard III marked the end of my time as queen. My eventual fate remains uncertain, as historical records provide conflicting accounts of my life after these events. My story, filled with love, power struggles, and mystery, is a testament to the tumultuous times in which I lived. As the wife of Edward IV, I played a significant role in the Wars of the Roses, and my legacy endures in the pages of English history. If you liked my story, please subscribe and leave us a comment telling us what are your thoughts. Share my story with your family and friends. Until next time, take good care of yourself.